Welcome to Coffee with Alain. We're going to talk about improvised weapons and a little exercise you can do to help your mindset when it comes to improvised weapons. Because in reality, improvised weapons are a mindset rather than a specific item. I'm drinking from a cup. Home is where your dog is. One of my favorite dogs, Tramp, there on the cup. Drinking out of that cup because recently a friend of mine lost his dog, and another friend posted today that it's been 1 year since he lost his. And those that own dogs and have dogs as companions and love their dogs, their heart's going to go out with my friends. And it goes out with anyone who loses such a companion that dogs can be in our lives. And it really sucks that we live so much longer than they do. But that's why I'm drinking out of Home is Where Your Dog Is, thinking about my buddies and their loss, thoughts going out to them. I'm thinking about my Rocky and hoping that I have many, many more years with him and dreading the day that we're not together. So we're going to enjoy every day we can. So that's why I have this mug. But let's talk about improvised weapons a little bit. I think I might even write about those in this coming week's newsletter. So make sure you get that newsletter. Sign up at enjoylifesafely.com. And as always, I appreciate everyone that's been commenting, sharing, listening to the podcast. The numbers are going up and so forth. And thank you to everyone. You are so greatly appreciated. And please continue to help me get this out to more and more people. Now we'll talk about improvised weapons. And if you're smart, you won't have to use an improvised weapon because you're carrying something. I advocate Reflex Protect as a non-lethal weapon that you can carry in most places, because why improvise if you don't have to? And that's why I really advocate carrying Reflex Protect. There are other weapons you can carry. If you're trained in their use and they're legal to carry, I do advocate them. Because again, why improvise if you don't have to? Unfortunately, there are times where we won't have a weapon for whatever reason. We're in a location that prohibits it or whatever happened, but we don't have one of our go-to tools. And we're going to have to improvise. And that's when it comes down to a mindset rather than an instrument. It's the mindset, being able to use anything to defend yourself rather than what am I going to use? So the exercise I have for you today is think about what you're carrying right now that you could use to defend yourself, and how would you use it? And then as you're going around at different times today, look around and start noticing things and identify objects, items, and how you would use those as a weapon. If you're out in public, you're going to see fire extinguishers in public buildings. I've taught how to use those to thousands of people in the different active shooter response classes, because they're in all public buildings and they can be used effectively to defend yourself. But you're going to see a lot of other things as well. So that exercise for your mental part is to identify objects, items, things in your surroundings, things that you might be carrying or possess on you, and then how you would use those to defend yourself. Now, here's one thing that I found. I picked them up the other day because they're on sale at Costco. I bought a pack of Sharpie pens. I normally get the other brand, but they weren't carrying them, but they had these on sale. So I thought, I like gel pens for my daily use. So I thought I would get these. But the interesting thing is they include 4 metal ones here on the end. So you have 4 metal pens in this pack. And these metal pens, you can definitely do some damage to a person with and defend yourself with, rather than one of the tactical pens that look more like a weapon. Now, I've taken tactical pens on airplanes without any trouble. not the ones that have the knife blades in them and some of those that are really weaponized, but good sturdy metal pin that you could definitely use as a weapon. I've taken those just about any place. But if you don't want to spend the money on those and you don't want something that screams tactical that could be scrutinized, you get something like that. I mean, I think this whole pack at Costco is only like $12. So you got that little metal pin that you could definitely do some damage with, and you don't care if you lose it or something happens to it, because like I said, the whole pack only costs $12. Like I said, I just use those for my regular daily use. But if that's what you have, it can be used. So that's the exercise for today. Identify things and how you would use them to defend yourself if you had to. And that is a mental exercise to help prepare you, because once you do that mentally, if you have to do it for real, it's going to be easier. Want to say good morning to Dixon. Dixon says Fat Tuesday. And then Richard's here. Say good morning to Richard. And Richard says, our church security team trained with flinging the hymnals at intruders. Exactly. Anything that you can use to distract and hurt an intruder, an attacker, can give you an advantage. You throw that hymnal at someone while he's dealing with that, you access another weapon or something else to take him out, or you get to safety in that time. But the key is to not have to think about it when you're under that extreme stress because something's happening. We think about it right now. We do this exercise now, put those files in the brain, so under extreme stress, we can go to it and perform, because it's harder to think about things and figure out stuff under extreme stress. So we want to figure it out and have it now so we can just go to it in an emergency. Dixon says, for an inexpensive, everyday carry tactical pen, I prefer Pilot brand. And again, I do others too. I mean, usually I have the regular gel pens that I like, but I saw these Sharpies and I saw the metal ones at Costco. So I thought, for $12, I'm going to grab those for a daily instrument, and having a metal pen, definitely a little sturdier. So, I'm trying those out right now. It's the first time I've bought that brand, and we'll see how they work. Maybe I'll update you later after I've used them, and depending on how I like them. But I want to stop today. Got a really busy day. Got a whole bunch of tax stuff I got to deal with before I go see the accountant. It is tax season. Make sure you get on your taxes and don't fall for tax scams. Those are going to start up really soon. I'll probably have a program on those in the coming days just because it's the season. But go out, have a fat Tuesday, a tremendous Tuesday. Stay safe. We'll see you tomorrow.